I'm here with Dan from Durkin Tree Service. Dan, it's always a pleasure to talk with you. Start with something very important. The other day I had to clear a lot of low-hanging limbs around my house. Those are hard to get to because danger happens when you climb up a ladder with those big long things that saws. So how important is it that you clear those branches away?
It's very important for a number of reasons. First would be defensible space, getting that 10-foot roof clearance away from your house.
10 foot.
10 foot.
10 foot.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the end of the branch, it's not the trunk of the branch.
Good to know.
Yep. Second reason would be squirrel highways. You're just allowing those critters to go right into your house, so they burrow in. They love that insulation, so they're making nests everywhere. Last reason would be the snow load. Once that snow
Yes.
and the ice dams freeze that, then the wind blows and you're ripping shingles off.
And that happens sometimes. The branches come down and then they freeze to the roof.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Very bad thing to
Seen it
happen.
more than once,
Well,
yeah.
defensible space, you just mentioned it. Why is it so important, even this time of year?
Well, this time of year, we're still gonna have the availability of fires. We don't know what the winter's gonna bring.
Right.
It's a great time of year. We have two flushes, the spring flush and the fall flush. Well, that's when the trees are growing and putting out extra growth. So this fall time, we cut trees year round. Our saws are sharp, but it is easier and gentler on the trees when we're cutting them in the fall and the spring.
All right. Now, the other thing that's very important is that we're about to go to a no digging part of our seasons. Could you explain that to me, exactly what's going on?
Well, so that's a TRPA regulation. October 15th is the last day to move more. I think it's like 3 or 4 yards of dirt. There's obviously hazard and emergency, reasons we can do it. But that is for the lake clarity. After October 15th, we're going to get more rain, more snow. It's going to be moving that dirt downhill. So that's a very important reason. And, we're happy to get in there and get those trees down for any construction projects or anything. Like once you get the trees down and it's graded and you put your foundation in, you can keep building. So, important thing to think of.
Well, not only that, but there's a lot of houses that, will still have the trees that have been marked and they need to come out. Like lodge poles that come out of everywhere. So you can still get them out as long as you're getting it done by October 15th.
We can cut trees year round.
Okay.
Yep. So
But
that
you
is
can't get
important to know.
the roots.
Well, once the snow falls, it's a little bit harder to get our stump grinder in there, but that's dirt, not stumps. So we are able to keep stump grinding and working year round. So we specialize in hazard removals, emergency removals, anything like that. So if you're having a question about your trees in the wintertime, you give us a call and we can come out and give a free estimate.
Now, like everybody else that's in business like you are, we need a little bit of lead time. So when should they contact you about getting some trees removed?
We're pretty fortunate. We like to stay about a week to 2 weeks out on our schedule.
Okay.
So, but give us a call as soon as possible. We can get that process started. Permits sometimes take up to 10 days. So once we apply for them, it could be up to 10 days to get that permit, going. We don't need permits for 100% dead trees, but anything else.
The other thing is, real quickly, I know that my wife just went to a place where they told her that you got to get some of the shrubbery and things around your house away. So you really need to create space around your house with anything wood.
Yeah, 0 to 5 feet. They want to see bare mineral soils. 5 to 30 feet, you can start, having interspersed trees. That 30 to 100, we're going to want to see the canopies removed. It's the linear and then the vertical or the horizontal foliage. So we don't want to see a wall of trees, basically. But, pine needles, bushes, those are ladder fuels. So it starts at the pine needles, moves up to the bushes, goes up to the small trees, up to the big trees. And then we've got those crown-driven fires that we've been seeing a lot of.
All right, this is Dan from Durkin Tree Service, and I could talk to you all day about trees because living up here as long as I have, I'm fascinated. You want to find out the best thing to do with your trees, call Dan at Durkin Tree Service. You're going to learn things you probably didn't know and the importance of how we need to maintain our property by removing some trees.